Hi, I'm Deborah Curtis. I am doing experiments in plastics, trying to keep plastic bottles out of landfills and waterways is my goal. I do 3D art, and this is some of the items I create. It's a wide variety, from earrings that look like feathers to the 3D art pieces. I get my materials mostly from people, different families, and some businesses that like to donate to this. I have an air conditioning company that donates, but you can pick up plastic anywhere along the walkways and highways. I want you to think of plastic as a resource for art versus trash, because you can build all kinds of fun things with it and use your imagination to build something that you're passionate about. In my experiments with plastics, it does have to be treated. These are all water bottles, but I've cut them in half. I use the bottoms and the tops of the water bottles to make different types. That's a top. This is actually the bottom of a water bottle. To make different types, they have to be primed on both sides before they're ready to use in a project. Priming requires a flat primer spray paint, so that would have to be done by an adult or supervised by an adult. I definitely wear a mask when I do it, so that there's not any overspray. I make sure that I'm outside or well ventilated in a garage. A lot of times I have the fan going, which blowing from behind me blows the paint out. Okay, so something about the materials. Some plastics do not hold paint. They have a lot of oil in them. I've done a lot of experiments with the Keurig cups, those types of things, and they don't hold paint. Your textured, like milk jugs and stuff like that, no, don't waste your time. They don't hold the paint. It'll dry, it'll look nice, and then it'll peel off. Okay, I have a lot of different types of tools. I have some of the lightweight. Most of them are for pruning or floral work. I've used a lot of different types. I can tell you I've broken so many pairs of scissors. You don't want to really use scissors on a regular basis. They don't hold up, but most of your floral or pruning equipment will. I use, these are creamer bottles. I won't tell you the brand, but they work well. They're generally clear plastic. You want a clear plastic, not a frosted. The white plastic is usually not real great either. So clear plastic, but you need the heavy tools to cut the creamer bottles and heavier plastic containers. Otherwise, you will break them. So here are some of the different types of paints. They're easily and readily available. I'll get them on clearance. I'll get them at garage sales when people decide they don't want to use stuff again anymore. And so I just have an ongoing supply on a regular basis. These are good for teachers. Also, I save all my brushes. The rattier they are, they work really good for plastic, because you don't want to use expensive brushes on plastic bottles because it tears them up. This is a typical water bottle. Generally what I do, I will literally cut the top off, and the top will become a flower, like one of these, as you can tell, is a flower. And then I will cut the bottoms off. They are about the consistency of cardstock, so they're very flimsy once you cut them apart. And then I will make other flowers out of this. Like this is the bottom of a water bottle. I take them, I cut them down the side, because it keeps easier to paint them, because you got to paint both sides. And using acrylic paints. So here's the unpainted clear once they're prepped and ready to go. These are the ones that have been painted. Then this is a flat primer paint out of a spray paint. You could use just acrylic paint on it to do them just with acrylic paints. Even after you cut them and assemble them, you could still use acrylic paints to paint them with. I'm going to show you real quick how I do the petals. This is really easy to cut, and I'll do a petal. And the type of glue I'm using, it's called Cool Shot. It's by Bonder, and it is the only glue gun on the market that I have found that does not cause the plastic to warp and bend. When normal glue guns, you will, when you apply the plastic, it will twist and warp, and you won't be able to get a flat adhesive surface. So here's one more of the little petals that we'll do, and then you can go in. It's good to have them the color you want them to be, because a lot of times when you come in without having them painted, you'll paint the tops and then you'll realize that you need to paint the bottom also underneath. So I started painting these in just basic colors, and then I could pull those and use them into these bigger pieces. After you've assembled some of your projects, you can always continue to add paint and color and butterflies. You can add different types of paint and colors of paint to make it more realistic.